As some of you know, this is not my day job, and first day back today actually to my day job, and it went quite well actually. I thought it was a good day. Got delivery finished just in time, just before the end of my shift. Perfect timing. SR71 Part 3. Is it Part 3? Yeah, Part 3. What you're seeing before you is temperature of the titanium outer skin and the titanium alloys, how hot this would get during Mach 3.2. I want to briefly say, could the SR71 be shot down today? Technically, yes, it could. And, you know, for some people watching and thinking, oh, what an amazing plane. It is, and was. Absolutely amazing for its time. For its time. Although technology improves, still, you know, it still holds records though for a manned flight for some of the speeds. And this is the temperatures it would reach. Titanium has been synonymous with that of, you know, people think of strength and solidarity, or or something, you know, they think in terms of strength, don't they, when they hear that word. And we get into how they got the metal a little bit. Fascinating story. But you see this chart, I don't know if you see the text perfectly clear, but I'll talk you through it. Is the degrees in Fahrenheit, I think. Yeah, degrees in Fahrenheit. All these large numbers, all the way up to the brightest yellow. You get dark, reddish, to red, all the way up to yellow. Heat signature colouring on this. 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit maximum out the back of the engines. And like I said, I found it personally a little bit difficult to explain the engine, how it adjusts the spike and how it behaves at different speeds and so on. But they are just amazing engines anyway, just within their own right. So that's the temperatures, really, really hot. There's temperatures just off the wing tails there, that, you know, the things that just above the engines there, 492. You see an L by some of the numbers. That's at 3.2. That would be the lowest it would get. It wouldn't get any lower than that temperature. So there's really high temperatures in Fahrenheit. These are like surface temperatures at 3.2. Cruising. Leading edges are probably, as it says here, probably around 50 degrees hotter than the flat surface temperatures, because, you know, this picture uses various shades of red to depict relative temperatures. Of course, you know, there's a lot of relativity as well in terms of air density as well. What height you're doing Mach 3.2 at, because the lower your height, the denser the atmosphere. The denser the atmosphere, the more friction. The higher your height, the less friction. Going any particular speed, the jet engine output that I sort of briefly hinted on how this would work. When you think in terms of physics, you got an energy output that is a driving force for moving something forward. But if you're moving forward through something that's fairly dense, there's going to be some drag. So you're going to go at a particular speed because of the drag. The higher up you go, you're going to go faster with the same amount of energy output because of less drag. There's energy conservation there for you in case anybody wonders what conservation of energy really is. That's one way of doing it, because you think, oh, we need to go faster, or just go higher, and you don't have to expend too much extra energy for your extra speed. You just go higher because there's less density dragging on the craft. Where are we? Wrong one. That one. Titanium. Let's get into the titanium structure. How did they get all that titanium to build this craft? Where did they get it all from? How did the Russians sell it to them? And how is it that the Russians didn't necessarily know who they sold it to? Yeah, seems really obscure, that story, doesn't it? We get into that. Titanium used for Mach 3 Cold War spy plane came from Russia. This Mach 3, it's a reconnaissance plane, right? So basically, it was a Cold War. So Russia was the enemy for America at the time. You remember this being referred to the Blackbird as well. 92% of the craft was titanium inside and out. Other materials were composite materials. So back when they were building the plane, the United States didn't have the supplies, the ore supplies, to extract and make titanium. The richest landmass when it comes to titanium is Russia. In Russia you get this ore called rutile ore. It's very sandy soil and is found very few parts of the world. A major supplier of the ore was the USSR, United States of Soviet Russia, working through third world countries and bogus operations. They were able to get the rutile ore shipped to the United States to build the SR-71. That's how they got it. So undercover agents were working in third world countries to buy the rutile ore from Russia, and then they're gathering enough of it, they shipped it to America, processed, and hey presto, you got this material. Apparently they were sold enough to build 32 of these crafts. I don't know if there was 32 of them. It was sold enough material to build that many, though. I don't have full information on that. Again, I don't pretend to be an expert in the information I share, because that would limit me, because Exploratory Minds is about so many other things. So it's just putting it all out there. Other people can join the website and say, hey, here's some other information, and then verify it, check it, see if it's right within the right context, the who's, the what's, why's, when's, and where, and we push this out. According to military data, the plane cost $85,000 per hour to operate. And there were some crashes. There were no deaths. None of the craft were downed by an enemy faction, though, like any missiles It was too fast at the time for any missile. Anyway, but theoretically, with today's technology, it could be downed reasonably easy or targeted. Don't know about downed, but it could be targeted and hit. But then there's ways to, with a heat-sinking missile, drop decoys, and the heat-sinking missile will go for decoy instead of the actual main craft. There's all kind of stealth ideas like that. I think it was the Cold War's ultimate spy plane, though, definitely. World's fastest plane at the time, reaching 2,200 miles per hour, which is 3,540 kilometers per hour. And the materials were radar absorbing iron that would made it virtually undetectable, but there was some of these composite materials inside radar absorbing iron. It was the heat that gave it away, though. Slower speeds before it got too hot, you couldn't really detect them much on radar. That was part of the stealth idea. The structure were absorbing the radar. It says no bounce back return. That's another interesting aspect, right? The stealth fighter, which was born out of the technologies and experiments and everything from the SR71 and other thought processes and so on, is very angular, and it dissipates the radar so much because of those angles. A poor man's stealth technology, if you will. And those wallets with the aluminum foil outer thing to protect your wireless payments with cards in case it's accidentally used. Well, that's this angular dips and curves and angles and triangles within the aluminum foil around that is the reason why it doesn't get through, is it's dissipating the signal. You can do that with a mobile phone. No jokes about wearing aluminum foil hats. So you can do that with a mobile phone. If you've scrunched up some aluminum foil, wrapped it around your mobile phone, try and ring a mobile phone, you won't get through. You can't get through. So yeah, there is still a vast amount of information I could share about the SR71, but I'm going to leave it at that. So people know that this has had its oddities, its uniqueness, its leaked fuel. Why would you build a plane and leak fuel? But I've explained that. I've explained the speeds, explained the heat signature, and a number of things here. How they got the titanium, how the engines, the amount of pounds of energy they output each. These are interesting facts, and there are countless points about the craft. They're interesting facts. Over time, the article on exploratoryminds.com will be expanded, and I'll probably even upload files about interesting things about the plane, and there's some links below, flight manuals and other links and things like this. I'll do that often, put links below so that you can verify for yourself that I'm not talking BS or bullshit. You can have a look at how I arrived at these sets of data on any subject matter and any conclusions I make. you can see how my thought process ends up with, we'll talk about this bit, that bit, and so on. Again, if I was to talk about the whole thing in detail, it would be an SR71 documentary YouTube channel. That's all. That's not what Exploratory Minds is. But peace out, and thank you for watching. And again, I do greatly appreciate all your subscribers. All my subscribers, not your subscribers. I don't know why I said that. If you want to subscribe, comment, rate, and all that, please do. Want to help us out financially, please do. There's a donation link below. If you want to sign up to exploratoryminds.com, please do. If you just want to read the blog, didn't want to subscribe and all that, please do. Either way, you do you, and here I am just doing me. Alright, peace, thanks for watching, take care, I look forward to doing the next video soon. Cheers, bye.